All right, everyone. We're back. The stream is looking really yellow, isn't it? I think it always looks like that. Anyway, welcome everyone. Not gonna be a crazy long stream. Just have some graphite work to catch up on. Finish this off, and then I will be all caught up on my work. I have one more client project, and then y'all know what happens after that. Pokemon 10-year anniversary drawing. Looking forward to that. All right. So this is a commission from Anime Expo Chibi. Yeah, so this was a commission from Anime Expo Chibi, and then they let me ship it to them, which is really nice. I love when people do that. Mad, what's going on? 10th year anniversary. Yeah, it's been 10 years already. So I held off talking about it for long enough. I've been wanting to do. So what we're gonna do to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of that drawing is we're gonna do we're gonna take the existing version of it, just the line work, and then we're gonna do live streams where we'll recolor the entire thing shiny. So you'll finally get the shiny variant of it. Everyone can now everyone can just leave me alone after that. So we'll talk more in depth about that when the stream actually happens. But just in short, since I have you here, dude, people have been bugging me to do a shiny version for so long, and if you look at my like my projects list, like to do list, I often would add it in to my big to-do list projects, like all the way back from like 2016. I was like, yo, you gotta do a shiny version. And then there's a part of me that was just like, no, there's like a novelty to it, so you have to like hold off doing it. And yo, Malcolm, dude, thanks for coming through. I thought you would be out in a boat on a Friday. Yeah, you're like, no, I got all my stuff's at home. Well, why would I go anywhere? That's what I'm like these days. You want to go out? Why? All my shit's at home. 53, dude. 53 months. That's insane, dude. Thank you so much, man. You have no idea, dude. That's crazy. Is that tonight? The Tyson Paul, or excuse me, Paul Tyson. Give him a side. Oh, come on. There's no scenario in that what's about to happen. Well, you can keep us up to date with what's happening with that. My official prediction, it's scripted. Um, Nothing exciting is gonna happen. It's 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 gonna be the Tyson Roy Jones Jr. thing all over again. That's all it's gonna be. Yeah, nothing exciting is gonna happen, and it's gonna be a draw, or they'll give it to Paul just because. Of course, that's what I want to see. I think Mike's. I mean, like straight up, like look, dude, Mike's too old to get a young guy out of there, right? But then Paul's not good enough to get him out of there. That's what the problem is. uh, yeah. So, I, yeah. Whenever One Piece is done, of course. But anyway, back to the Pokemon drawing. Um, I have been contemplating doing the shiny version of it for so long. For so long. It's been on and off my project charts. I'm like, all right, we're going to finally do it. I'm going to finally do it. We're going to finally do it. And in my head, I'm just like, well, you don't like you could only do that kind of thing one time, right? And I was like, we have to like wait, but I didn't know what I was gonna wait for. And then I realized the 10-year anniversary is coming up. I'm like, all right, this is it. But yeah, I'll do One Piece whenever it ends. That's not up to me. And then after we do One Piece, I'm not doing anymore. That's all it is. I'll do a couple of them along the way. Um, I'll do a couple of them along the way just for fun. But we are just kind of waiting for that one. The shiny piece would be nice. Yeah, how's the art quest going? Pusher's asking. It's going well. I just have some commissions here that I have to do for some clients. Wow, the stream is really really yellow, isn't it? I'll need to. I ain't gonna fix it right now because I don't care. But next time, I'll make sure to get rid of the yellow. But the art's going well. I had two back-to-back conventions recently, which I haven't had conventions for a few months, and all of a sudden I have two back-to-back ones. How that works. I've been getting a lot of client work lately, like a lot of commission work, which is good. You should be happy. The camera's gonna shake for a little bit. My mic needs to be adjusted. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of fun client work lately. A lot of NDA stuff. So, I mean, eventually you guys will hear about it, but whatever. Until then. Yeah, man, thank you. Yeah. Um, I'm also in the process of right now I'm in the process of building my wife two computers. It's like a surprise gift. Um, I have enough spare parts laying around because she plays and streams off of a laptop, and y'all know that like that doesn't. It's not an optimal setup. All right, it's really rough. She has to play at like 720 in a stream. You know, it's really bad. So I have enough spare parts so that I'm gonna build her a little PC to stream from, and then when I'm able to gather the proper parts that I want, I'm actually gonna build her a gaming like a proper PC just for gaming. Yeah, and then I'll hook them together, and she could do one of those dual PC stream setups. So Malcolm, what's new, man? What's going on, dude? Everything at work going well? You don't got to go into specifics and put all your business out here on the channel. Welcome everyone. If you're just hanging out or if you're just tuning in, we are working on some commissions. I have I have another. Wow, that one's way behind. That's just like the out sketch. Yeah. So I had like 6 of them to do, I think. Just been living life. Hey, you know, having 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 a job, a consistent way of providing for yourself and then having the time and physical ability to just do whatever you want. Blessings, good shit, man. Yeah, this morning the wife and I actually had to go get we had to go get another scan, just like a follow up, and we're just kind of waiting on that. I don't even know why they try and tell us like what's good and what's not, because every time they're just like, "Hey, things looking straight," and then they're like, "Okay, actually, we need you to come back." I'm like, just don't say anything. Just say come in and just say come in, and we'll run a scan, and then we'll tell you what's up. We'll tell you what's up when we know. These fucking doctors. Can you guys believe I finished I actually finished editing a YouTube video. It's a how to. This isn't anything special. It's like a short. This is like a 5 minute video. It's I went to a convention last weekend, Anime Expo Chibi, and I was just playing around with my camera while I was there, and I just almost accidentally shot like it's a little like how to tutorial on how I set up my table. It's like 5 minutes long. I think I'm gonna it down shorter. Um, but yeah, I like finished it, and I was like, oh my god, I made a YouTube video. It's been like years, so I'll bring that out eventually. Oh, all right. The last day and a half have been unbelievably unproductive because I bought my wife the game Icarus. I didn't know anything about this game until she like told me about it or she asked for it. And I saw her playing. I was like, that looks pretty fun. So my dumbass gets it too. And it's like the last 17 hours have been nothing but crafting and like hunting. Which is why I'm barely doing these commissions now. Because I've been so like irresponsible. That doesn't happen a lot. But when it happens, oh man. When it happens, oh man. I'm not always irresponsible, but when I am, shit. I'm gonna set myself I'm not gonna take You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna set myself back a couple hours. I'm gonna set myself back weeks, or else why even bother? I never sweat. I never saved anything for the swim back. Oh fuck! Does anyone here like Gattaca? Old ass movie. Ethan Hawke. I haven't watched that in a long time, uh, but like something recently made me like listen to it in the background, and I was just like, "Fuck! I forgot how much I love this movie." I think I could. I think it's one of those movies I could add to my stack of when I work. If I'm not listening to music, I have a list of movies that I like to play in the background on like a loop, and I think I'm gonna add Gattaca to that. Okay, so I believe this is. I don't think this is an original character. Hold on, he sent me the reference picture. I'm super unfamiliar with this character, but I gotta check the reference picture he sent me. Okay, if I could find it. Oh, you want to hear something fun though? While I look for this reference picture, there it is. So I was working an anime convention. Um, oh, Vincent, yo, what's going on? Yeah, I think that's amazing movie. Anyway, you youngins, if you haven't watched it yet, you got it. All right, so I was working an anime convention in Reno like 2 weeks ago, and someone left this at my table. Someone left this at my table, and I kind of just I left the bag there, and I was waiting for them to come back and get it. And they never did, so I just came up on it. So, in fact, we'll use it as decoration for the stream. We'll move the sushi out of here for a little bit, and we'll put this right on top of the PC and block all three radiator fans, because why not? Yeah, there we go. No airflow. So naturally, I have this thing up on eBay because I'm like, fucking, I'm gonna come up. If I'm gonna come up, I'm a for real come up. Sweet. We've blocked all the exhaust air out of the PC. There you go. Oh my god, it did raise the temperatures. It went up by like 10 degrees. Hold on. There we go. Anyway, if somebody wants to buy that. 9. I have been on eBay purge for the last like 3 weeks. Unbelievable how much junk I've been accruing in the office. It's like unbelievable. It's unbelievable when I look back at how much money I've wasted on like stuff. Just in buying random things off of eBay. Dude, if the price is right, you could sell anything on eBay. It's crazy. Like stupid shit. Like um God, what's a good example? I know we should be drawing. Just hold on. Okay. For some reason, I inherited a It's basically an AC adapter. You plug it into the wall, and like it's supposed to. Then it becomes like an Ethernet plug, is what it is. And the full value on that thing's like $40, right, for a brand new one. But I got one from a family member who like left it off. Well, anyway, I just inherited one through some bullshit. I put it up there for like $16, and somebody just bought it. I was like, what? Who? What use case does this have? Or I have one of those hydration packs, like a camel pack, except it's like a regular fanny pack where it sits on the hip, right? I took that to EDC with me, the Electric Daisy Carnival. I brought that there with me, and then I damaged the bladder to it. I'm not gonna say how, but I had the fanny pack, and I just didn't have the bladder with it, and I was able to still sell the fanny pack without the bladder for like $25. But you could buy a brand new one with the bladder for 40. So I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, who is buying this shit? Anyway, it's just that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff. I'm like, that's crazy, dude. Like, what other nonsense I get? Oh yeah, so I went to go visit my parents, and you guys know I used to work on cars. I had a Skunk 2 brand throttle body, which was compatible with the Honda B series, like the late '90s Civics, basically. Um, yeah, but the throttle plate on it was damaged, so you're gonna have to go replace that. Not an easy part to get or replace. Um, I sold it for like $100. I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, it's been fascinating. It's been fun to watch it. You ever who here watches Everybody Loves Raymond? There's an episode where he's he was just like, I could call my wife anything. I call her any kind of derogatory name as long as I say it in like a high pitched cute voice. Like he called her like dummy. I think he called her like a stupid hoe or something, and then she finally caught on to what he was doing. Anyway, that's me and eBay. I'm just trying to see how far I could push it, what kind of nonsense I could sell. So anyway, back to the drawing. Uh, with physical media come to an end in 2025, you're stocking a lot of anime series. Blue, smart. That's smart. So what's in regards to physical media, what's high on your hunting list right now? First of all, absurd times we live in, right? Malcolm, do you have any plans to purchase the PlayStation Pro? I haven't met a single person like at the conventions added me a single person who had one or who planned to get one. But I know you all about like you're the last person who I know who could possibly be interested in that. Yeah, my bad, we're moving real slow, guys. We're just goofing off. But I promise you, this is infinity times more productive than what I've been doing the last like 2 days. Nah, I can't say that. I've been spending time with my family. So I told you I'm in the process of building my wife a gaming computer, and it is specifically just gonna be for gaming. So it's gonna be really easy to spec it up. Like for mine, I have to be like, oh, I need to be able to do like 40, 45 different things, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm in I'm in the market for a 4090. Like if I'm gonna build her something, I'm gonna build it. So we'll see how that goes. People sign up to my Patreon. That way, in like 4 years, we can pick up a 4090. You just snagged up a full series of some oldies. Berserk. Is is Grand Theft is GTA 6 gonna be PlayStation exclusive, or at least for now? I mean, it's gonna make its way to other platforms. Like, there's too much money involved. There's no way it's not going to eventually. But on release, is it going to be PlayStation exclusive? You don't know? Okay. Wait, they only released 2 games? That can't be right. No way. But you know what? I could have sworn Xbox is like kind of out of the console game, right? I thought they're putting all their focus onto like PC, because like they have they have Xbox for PC. I don't know if you've ever used that. Who here has never used it? But it's straight up just a Game Pass on mobile. That's all it is. Oh, not mobile, excuse me. Game Pass on PC. It's crazy. It's just like all the games that would be on there on Game Pass, except like they run better because they're on a computer. Anyway, yeah, 2 games. That's crazy. That's almost like unbelievable. So is the fight starting yet? You gonna have to, if something big happens, you have to commentate and let us know how it goes. I'm telling you though, my official prediction is nothing interesting is gonna happen. Neither of them currently, in my opinion, have the capability to stop the other one. But you never know with Mike Tyson though. You never know. You never know. So I haven't really been paying attention to that. All I know is Mario Barrios is on that card, right? I like that dude. He's cool. So when it comes to doing the face, I just pull out a mechanical pencil. It's just easier. Because this paper I'm working on is so small, it's hard to get the details in if I'm using like a proper one of these. Actually, I should be a lot lower than that. Oh, we were talking about eBay, right? Malcolm, I sold it was a Galaxy S8, so pretty old, right? Half the screen, the touch wasn't working on it. Someone bought it in like 10 minutes. That's lunacy to me, man. Anyway, too dark. But I'm not gonna go and change it because electric eraser is far from me. Whoa, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. So today we're just chilling. I just have some convention commissions to finish up, and I messed this one up, but my electric eraser is too far. I don't want to go get it. So we'll just move on to the next one. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome everyone. Oh yeah, so earlier yeah, it's going well. Yeah, I very semi-productive today. How about you? No, I was in I had to go to the doctor this morning and I was working cuz these are commissions for a convention so that it's paid work. And I was like, "All right, I'm going to be productive while I'm in the waiting room." And I was in the I was there and I was just like and I'd look around. I swear to God, there were like people looking at me. So I was like, this is rude. This is loud as shit. So I just stopped. Otherwise, these would have been closer to been done by now. I never. It's like if you catch yourself chewing with your mouth open, or if you're like, what's an equivalent to it? Making noise while eating popcorn at the movies, and you didn't realize it till it's like. Anyway, how was your stream? What were you doing today? Yeah, before the raid came in, we were talking about selling just random shit on eBay. Oh, that's cool. The I had a conversation not too long ago about somebody who's like really deep into 3D printing. And one of the things he was just like pointing out all like the imperfections of the 3D printed figures that were around us. And then he went off on a rant about like the difference between how certain things are printed, and he specifically pointed at Warhammer figures as being like some of the highest quality like commercial consumer things you could buy. And I was like, okay, I don't I don't know. He wasn't an artist like me either. He's just a guy. Oh, wife is awake. She just sent me a text message. I need to get a really big one of these. Yeah, I've seen some in person. My buddy used to collect them. He used to send me pictures of him done. I never got to see him like painting them up close. Oh, that's so cool though. How long have you been into those? Oh, well, congrats on getting into it. I'm always I always think that like if there's something like if you're willing to sit down and watch people do something on YouTube for like hella long or Twitch or whatever, uh then obviously it's something that you enjoy. And I always think that if there's a thing that you enjoy, you should all at some point try it yourself. Now, I think the only argument against it, which I understand, is uh, so my buddies and I are really into electronic music, and we've all at some point considered like wanting to uh, learn how to produce just a nothing crazy, um, or at the very least learn how to use a controller, uh, a DJ controller. But then we had the conversation where we're like, we don't have a lot of escapes in our life. We don't have a lot of escapism. Uh, Getting into it and understanding the ins and outs might ruin like the mystique of it. You know, like when I look at, I can't walk into an artist alley without being super judgmental because now I know too much, right? So, do you know what I mean? Like Pokemon was more fun before I knew like everyone's stats. Like I knew, you know what I mean? In those arguments, I understand. Dude, don't even. You make it a game. Artist Alley. We're talking about Artist Alley. You make it a game if Artist Alley is slow to hunt around all day. I have a friend who I have a friend who found a vendor who was selling stickers of their art, um, or it might have been pins. And then when they asked the person, the exhibitor, where they got the stuff, they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I buy my pins and stickers and stuff in bulk on Alibaba." So it was just like obviously someone got a hold of his file, right? Or at least downloaded the image and then upscaled it with AI or whatever. And then I guess if you're putting it on a pin, you don't really need a high resolution thing. So yeah, it was just like, and then he couldn't do anything about it. He couldn't do anything about it. He couldn't stop the guy from selling it. He couldn't get him kicked out. It's just like, and then you can't get like and then you can't get like aggressive with it because you're the one who's gonna get kicked out, and then you'll get like black. You know what I'm talking about, blacklisted and all that. I'm just like, yo, Malcolm, remember when I almost got that guy at Evo? Oh my god. Cooler heads prevailed that day. But no, I was at like I mentioned a couple weeks ago, I was at SnafuCon in Reno, and the when we were checking in, the person in front of me, they were given, the convention was telling that person in front of me, like, you can't sell because you're in the artist alley, and we need the artist here because we have, like, you have to have the seller's permit, and the seller's permit has to be under your name. You can't legally sell if this isn't under your name, right? So they're like, yeah, I mean, like, that's the problem with proxies. And so they started like crying, and I don't mean that like figuratively. Wait, they were like, what am I gonna do? So they called their friend. They made a big old huff about it, and the convention let them go, let them do it. And I was just like, shit, man, y'all are gonna play like that? I ain't even gonna fill out my tax form. I did. I'm just saying, like we're gonna play like that. No, so yeah, it's too many. What's the word? Like, too many hustlers now. These kids trying to hustle. So they're just like, you can't. I'm gonna go off on one of my Artist Alley rants. Artist Alley used to be a place where you showcase your work. These days, it's a place to grow your business. And I know it's, you guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah. Well, most of the time, it's because they're proxying for somebody else because that person wants to do like 4 conventions in a weekend. I mean, if it's your work, if it's your own work, and then you hire people and then you send them off to the big exhibitor spots, that's just business. That's how you do it. It's when you get into the little tables, the little artist alley tables, where you're not supposed to do that. But I get it. Everyone needs to eat. None of my business. You find it hard to even find artists on Etsy now. Artist Alley has started to feel the same as well. I mean, I took a picture. I don't know if I should share this picture because I got people's names in it. Anyway, so I'll just describe it to you. I was at my table last weekend. Across the aisle from me, there were 6 Artist Alley tables. Literally all of them were just the same style and same style, genre, product type. Uh, Even the color palettes were all similar, very pastelish colors. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it's all so samey and it's really boring to me. But I'm not gonna lie, I will take 1,000 like cutesy charm sticker pin artists. I'll take 100,000 of those before I take any one fucking person fake proxying. You know what I mean? Selling someone else's stuff. You know what I mean? Like in the artist alley. I welcome the cutesy artists if it's their art. Come on in. Water's fine. No, but like objectively, that kind of stuff's fine. Like it's totally cool. It's just, yeah, it's just a lot very repetitive. You know what is a good trend now is people are really, really designing and doing up their tables, like the design of their tables. Like I've seen some really creative stuff out there. It's cool. Thank you for the raid again, by the way. I'm waiting on Malcolm to come back and tell us what happened with that Mike Tyson fight. And I call it a fight because it is a sanctioned professional bout. If anyone in the chat or who's left in the chat is an artist, I don't do a lot of conventions anymore, like here and there, so I don't actually get to meet a lot of new artists. If anyone here is one, you have my permission to link your instas. You're Netflix is having problem. Of course it is. Of course, there's probably so many people watching. Netflix is like, man, we haven't had this many people on our service in like since like Stranger Things 1. It's like when Pokemon Go first came out, and like you couldn't even log in. I think I guess we'll just leave this one as is. These aren't supposed to be like fully rendered commissions. These are just like supposed to be quick sketch commissions. I moved from doing full alcohol like Copic marker drawing commissions to, I'm not gonna say downgrading, but like lightening up the workload on my end by just switching over to doing graphites. And I'm not gonna lie, the volume of commissions I'm getting has been going up because I came to the conclusion, and my theory seems to be true. With the release of like AI and like so much digital art, and I do digital art, so I ain't talking shit. Uh, that like people, the laymen, are more interested more than ever than in traditional art. Um, and my Copic marker work, which is my primary coloring tool. Shout outs to Copic for sending me free shit. Send me more free shit. My Copic marker work, my blending has gotten so like good that it's basically digital art now. Like when I really go at it, it is super like crisp, and the blending is like super seamless because I've trained for it for years. And it's gotten to a point where it just looks like digital art. So now I'm just like, that's why no one wants it. Let me try something else. So then I took the fancy stuff away, and I said, well, let's just go bare bones, right? And it feels like more tangible pencil work. And I sort of got like Anime Expo, real AX, not AX Chibi. I was doing 10, 14 commissions a night. I only say AX was 4 days long, 5 days if you count day zero to set up. I only slept for like one and a half of the nights. Like day zero going into day one, I slept for like 3 hours. Then I stayed awake from day one into two. Then from two into three, I slept for 6 hours. And then from day 3 to 4, I stayed awake that night. Just that was crazy. Yeah, I didn't know I had that in me still. I know a younger version of me was down to do that, but you know, as I get older, I got to start taking care of myself. But I was like not about to turn down all that work. Well, people want non-AI. Exactly. Yeah. So they want the non-AI stuff, and to push it even further, like they want non-AI, and to push it even further, they're like, well, then I'm just gonna straight up go no digital, and they're just like, I've just what I've kind of been feeling and noticing. They want everything stripped down. They want it completely stripped down. The most success I've had with commission work in the past like 5 years has been the past 4 months on this kind of stuff. And it's like a no resource cost kind of thing for me, right? Anyway, for anyone who is interested, like I have a convention coming up. I have a comic book convention because I primarily do anime cons because that's where prints sell better. Comic book conventions, I always do like whatever with my prints. It's usually not even worth going. I have a comic book convention coming up in like 2 weeks. I'm not even gonna bring any prints. I'm just gonna bring paper. I'm gonna set up my laptop and have like a screen or my big mobile monitor. So, and that's it. And I'm just gonna make my stacks doing these because like it takes a while when I'm like interacting with people, but when I put my headphones on and I'm just like alone in my hotel room or something, I can bust these out in like 20, 30 minutes. So, yeah, I'm just going to do that whole con and just do this. Old school. Old school. I prefer this anyway. Uh, all of a sudden, you can't go a week with 2 3 hours sleep every night. I, c- I, c- I mean, when I have big projects, I can. Like when I re- if I, ne- I basically if I need to, I can do it. Especially when I'm here at home. When I'm working on projects here at home, I'm not afraid to like really push because if something happens, I'm in the safety of like my bubble here, right? You pull that shit out when you're doing a convention and do that shit on the streets. That's dangerous. Because what if you got nothing left in the tank and you got to drive home? You know, like things like that. What if your brain isn't firing right, and then you leave something at the convention, or you forget your key or something? You know? Yeah, my wife has no issues with me pulling pulling like a 70-hour no sleep if it's here at home. But when I'm at a convention, man, she checks up on me and just like, you better fucking go to sleep. I ain't trying to have you wreck the car. Okay, well, like I mentioned, the wife is finally awake. I have to go check up on her and make sure she's okay. We have to do the normal checkup kind of stuff. And see, you don't get that shenanigans from my stream. This is the most exciting that my stream ever gets. Right. Anyway, I gotta go check up on her and make sure everything's okay. I'm not gonna lie, I should be working tonight, but I'm not. We're gonna go play Icarus for like the next 10 hours. Yeah, I knew it. I fucking knew it. The moment that I bought that game, I knew what was gonna happen. I still did it. I bought her the game first, and I was like, "Oh, that looks good." She's like, "You should buy it too." And I was like, "Oh, I got a bunch of credit on Steam. All right, cool." There's a wrap. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We're gonna go raid somebody. So everybody who's not in the Twitch chat, I'm gonna say bye to you guys now. If you're in the Twitch chat, we'll hang out for like another couple minutes. Bye bye YouTube. Click. Bye bye Instagram. Click.